Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Panthers Den here at Liberty Hill, Texas. Just getting the starters for the visitors tonight, the Glen Grizzlies. Grizzlies coached by John Ortiz, the starting five for the Grizzlies: Chris Muster, Tieran Leak, Dallas Hernandez, Orton Roberts, and Malcolm Parker. And now we go to the home side and get the starters for the home team, the Panthers tonight. That's Justin Wukash, the senior, another senior. That's Markel Timmons, number 5. The two guards tonight for Coach Boren. Another senior, Jackson Scott, one of the captains along with Timmons for Coach Boren's team. Christian Faulkner back tonight, another senior. Of course, sat out with an injury on Tuesday. And cap it off, 5 seniors, folks. It's Eric Richardson, who was the high scorer for the Panthers on Tuesday night. Very even effort all around. Lots of guys getting involved on the scoring end. We are just about ready to go. It's a 2024-2025 District 25 5A home opener for the Runnin' Panthers. And after a successful opener Tuesday night and our longest road trip of the season, the Panthers will look to continue the winning streak here at home tonight. Set to go. Thanks for joining us tonight on Vype Live. My name is Adam Mueller. Great to be with you again for our third year of Runnin' Panthers basketball. 1-0 in district after that 57-32 victory on Tuesday. Eric Richardson just about won the tip, but it comes out to the front. And this is Orton Roberts. We've got a close angle here tonight, right on this visitor side. Roberts into the corner, got it to Parker. Timmons hassles Roberts. The ref called out of bounds. I thought it actually was the Glen player that was out of bounds, but he calls it for Liberty Hill, and there you go. So the correction, I was just about to say that definitely the darker jersey that was out of bounds, and Timmons will bring this one across. Here's Jackson Scott's got 2 guys on him. See if he can get out of it. Timmons at the top of the key, right in front of us. Here's Justin Wukash. Jackson Scott in the corner in the post, swings to Richardson in the middle, uses that big body, and maybe used it a little bit too much. Good aggressive move from Eric on that play, but he is called for the charge, and it was a nice defensive play as well for the Grizzlies. So no score here, 40 seconds through. Dallas Hernandez here at the top. We know him to be a good shooter. Swung all the way around in the corner. 3 ball from Parker's no good. His leak underneath. Got it to his fellow guard, Chris Muster, who puts it in. Timmons to Wukash right in front of us here. Richardson to Faulkner back in the starting lineup. Over a minute gone here. Jackson Scott. Faulkner, Timmons at the top. Timmons will drive with that right hand all the way to the bucket. And Markel gets the Panthers going. Glen breaks the press pretty well. It's a team that I'm sure is familiar with that patented Panther pressure. Hernandez at the top. Junior gives to Muster. Muster's pass is blocked by a combination of Richardson to Timmons. Timmons on the fast break. Wukash with the bucket and the foul. Justin Wukash, beautifully run fast break there. The 2-on-1, the 2-on-1, 3-on-2 drill that teams will run so much. There's the perfect example. Defensive play by Richardson and Timmons. Out to Wukash on the fast break. Finishes with contact. And the free throw's good for Wukash. Grizzlies quickly out on the inbound, and more defensive work here as Christian Faulkner goes, well, you would say into the stands, but of course the stands are elevated here at the Panthers' Den, so just runs out of bounds. Ball out on Panthers player. Glenn Guards will work this around. That's Parker on the outside. This is Leak here. Parker again, underneath, around Richardson, and it's a bucket for Malcolm Parker. Panthers work Chrisley. Wukash's pass to Richardson, saved by Parker, and now Hernandez will set the offense. There's Leak in the corner. And here's Hernandez, the floater over Richardson. Good defense from Richardson. The three ball in the corner, in and out from Muster. Hernandez sort of wildly throws the ball at the backboard. This will come off Jackson Scott. We've got some stubs for Coach Blake Boren, Colin Schultz, Jacob McLeod, Cole Borden into the game. Jackson Scott and Markel Timmons will stay. Hernandez likes that three ball. Got to keep an eye on him right there on the wing. Muster will drive, kick out to Parker. Parker baseline, nice looking move. Colin Schultz needs the strong rebound, and he got it. Timmons here on the wing, it's Jacob McLeod. Nice hesitation from Markel Timmons. That's going to be a block this time on Malcolm Parker. I think on my roster I just have the two maybe numbers switched. I think Chris Muster is wearing number 3 here right in front of us, and Tieran Leak is wearing number 2. But I'll check that. So Markel Timmons to the free throw line about halfway through this first quarter. Free throw's good for Markel. He's got 3 already in this first quarter. As I said, 5-game winning streak for the Panthers coming off that Jurassic Classic tournament win. Second free throw for Timmons is no good. Schultz gets a hand on it, but the Grizzlies will retain possession. Long pass around. Hernandez goes all the way to the cup, and Schultz will be called for the foul. Fortunately, we do have another Panther out tonight, Zane Cousins. You can see him over there on the sideline. He's got the boot and the crutches. Hope to see Zane back as soon as possible. These two teams have been very closely matched over the years. And I think we had a lane violation. Boy, you almost never see that. I don't know if it was the shooter. I think it was Orden Roberts who was in the lane for the Grizzlies. Took a step way too early, so we won't even see a second free throw. That pass from McLeod's picked off by Parker. Timmons with the steal right back at you. Now we're under some pressure early, and that's going to be a reach-in foul on Roberts. That's a interesting matchup to watch early on, is that Timmons-Roberts matchup. The Grizzlies are going to keep a close eye on the senior guard for the Panthers. Well, we talk about Orden Roberts. This is Hudson Roberts who's checked into the game. Pass from Scott to Cole Borden just got away from him. Out of bounds, Grizzlies will take over. 3:58 to go in this first quarter. Richardson, Faulkner, and DJ Seaborn into the game as Scott, Borden, and Timmons come out. Hernandez to Muster. Muster now attacks with the right hand, right into the defense. Good defense it is from DJ Seaborn. This is Hudson Roberts in the corner all the way across to Parker. Hernandez trying to use that body. McLeod with the left hand pokes it out, and the Grizzlies reset. KJ McFarland on the floor for Glenn as well for the first time. There he is with the ball, and Seaborn almost with the steal. Roberts, nice pass to McFarland. Couldn't get the floater. Parker will track it down. Hernandez, again, loves to use his body. And the foul's going to be called on Jacob McLeod. Both teams with 3 team fouls in this first quarter. Hernandez with the right hand, kicks out to Muster. Muster on the drive, lost it, but lost it right to Malcolm Parker, who appears to be a spark plug for head coach John Ortiz. This is Faulkner with the floater, and the shooter's touch for Christian Faulkner. All guards so far scoring the basketball for the Panthers. Faulkner got in on the defensive end as well, and Jacob McLeod will reset. Such a luxury to just immediately turn the ball over before the other team can even get it across. Inside to Richardson, who's certainly fouled. Hernandez all over the back of Eric there. Wukash, Timmons, Scott back in there. Schultz, Seaborn, and McLeod will exit. Faulkner swings to the top to Timmons. Timmons will just about reset things. Richardson, the wing, it's Faulkner. Wukash coming around a couple of screens. Now trying to get it on the pick and roll to Richardson. Stolen away by the Grizzlies. McFarland wants to push, and it's Nate Mann in the game for the first time. Stepped on that baseline. So we go back and forth. Under 2 minutes to go. Slim lead for the Panthers. Timmons, beautiful back cut after he passed it to Richardson. Richardson found him. Timmons couldn't get the bounce. Such good activity by the Panthers' starting point guard. Catches the defense asleep. McFarland with the jump shot, not able to get it to drop. Robertson in the lane, had his pass stolen. I believe that was Jackson Scott. Got a piece. Christian Faulkner came out of it with the ball, and now Glenn has, is that 4 or 5 team fouls? Colin Schultz at the scores table. Yeah, that's 5 team fouls. We should have shots here. Yes, we do. And it's Christian Faulkner at the line. As I said, it's been all guards so far. Wukash, Timmons, and Faulkner doing the scoring for the Panthers, and that was nothing but net. The sweetest sound in basketball there from Christian Faulkner. Schultz has checked in for Richardson. Boy, that neither of those free throws even grazed the rim. Panthers in double digits. Christian Faulkner leads the Panthers with 4. 1:15 to go. McFarland baseline. It's a really nice pass to find Chris Muster. And back to 10-9. 1 minute to go. Colin Schultz at the top. McFarland literally right in his face. That'll be a charge. I don't know about that. So a couple good moments for Chris Muster with the bucket, and now draws the charge. 5 fouls on the Panthers as well, but offensively you're not going to get free throws. Coach Bourne discussing things with our referees. Lots of hands in there. That will be shots now. For the first time, Eddie Matthews is in there, the sophomore. Both coaches getting a lot of fresh bodies in the game. 56 seconds left. Talked about the last couple of years, the Panthers missing the playoffs in both the previous 2 seasons. First free throw off the mark. 5th place both years. Of course, these 2 teams have been involved in some exciting games, and we expect no less. Both free throws off the mark for Jones. Matthews, that is, excuse me. And Timmons will advance up the floor. Richardson to Wukash right in front of us here. Wukash to Timmons. Richardson, that's a tough pass to handle right in the middle of the defense, right in the teeth. Faulkner for 3. We know he's got that in his locker, absolutely. Timmons will pressure the ball up here close to us. Grizzlies get it out. They swing it all the way around. This is Leak with the floater. That's a good-looking shot. The senior guard. And the Grizzlies, I believe, with their first lead of this game. Timmons with the left hand, working against Leak. Faulkner at the top. Faulkner forcing that 3 as time expires, no good, and that will be it for quarter number 1. So back and forth affair. Neither team finding a lot of rhythm, lots of fouls. Both teams were in the bonus by the end of that quarter. We'll stay right here on Vype Live. Again, my name is Adam Mueller. Thanks for joining us tonight. Second game of this district year. And we've got everything just about set and ready for this first home game of the district season. And if you're enjoying this just a few days away from Christmas, temperatures outside not that cold, really. I mean, we'll get under 60 tonight in Central Texas, but certainly hasn't been many days or many nights when the Jackets have needed to come out. Nice article this week by Scott Akanowicz about the sort of must-win season the Panthers are in right now. The playoffs are bust, really, and Coach Bourne has brought in the experienced coach Ben Faulkner. Came over from Cedar Park. He's a specialist with the post players. As we get the second quarter underway, Wukash to Timmons. Scott in that high post area. It has been that 2-3 zone on a lot of this game. Timmons' little floater. Richardson, good rebound. Gets another one. Goes up. Bucket and the foul. On the second time of asking, Eric Richardson, the big fella, gets in there. Couple rebounds. And eventually makes it count. He's got a chance to get 3 points the old-fashioned way. Free throws off the mark. Good hands from Christian Faulkner as he swipes that pass out of bounds. Another thing that Coach Bourne mentioned in that article was just about mixing up the play. You know, we'll still see a lot of that transition up-tempo style as a priority, but we may see the Panthers slow it down as well, depending on the situation this year. Just trying something new, mixing it up. Dallas Hernandez inside, and they'll call the foul on Richardson, and the bucket will count. No, Eric was trying to stay straight up and down there. Unfortunately, that's his second foul. That's so hard as a post player these days, especially in the middle of that zone. So not get called for the foul. Dallas Hernandez adds the free throw. Now it's a 2-point advantage for the Grizzlies. Timmons wants some movement here. Talk about mixing it up. Grizzlies now back into man. So Timmons resets and calls the play out. Scott at the top. Gave to Faulkner. Faulkner back to Scott. It was a good idea, but Muster was in there to take it away. Nate Mann maybe unwisely slows things down. Jackson Scott will get called for a little chippy one out front. McLeod, Schultz, and Borden to check in for Scott, Wukash, and Faulkner. Schultz now at the top of that zone press over the head of Borden. This is Muster now, tries to swing all the way around Will. Hernandez from the corner, and Dallas Hernandez knocks it down. The junior, we've already seen him a couple years now. I think he was on varsity his freshman year even. Richardson at the top. They're giving him a lot of space. Still in that man. Then they help over. There's the pass to Richardson. Oh, that's no way. Called for the charge again. I thought that was a flop. But that's Richardson's third foul. Coach Bourne electing to keep him in the game. And I think that's assistant coach Jonathan Garcia over there discussing things with the ref, just saying, you know, they're really keying in on that, and every guy that sets his feet in the middle of the paint is just falling over backwards. You don't want to just give him that call because it's the smaller defender down low. I think certainly the first call in the first quarter was correct. I would certainly argue that call, though. As the Grizzlies move from the right to the left here, Leake's pass comes off Schultz. Panthers desperately needing a turnover here. Need to turn things around here in this second quarter. Leake to Parker. And this one gets away from Leake. And there you go, right on cue. So even the pressure just getting into the head of the Grizzlies. Dallas Hernandez says, calm down. Timmons, Scott, Schultz, Borden, and McLeod, your five for the Panthers. Back into man. McLeod's pass picked off by Leake, who maybe carried the ball. Schultz gets on the floor, and another turnover forced by Colin Schultz. Timmons wants to push. Again, a charge will be called. And the Grizzlies really doing a great job of moving their feet, getting bodies in the way. 4 team fouls in this second quarter already on the Panthers. This is a Glenn team that has finished above the Panthers in the last couple seasons. Of course, 2 years ago, it was that thrilling play-in game, the second play-in game in, I believe it was 2 nights that the Panthers had to play. Unfortunately fell to the Grizzlies, who would finish in that 4th spot in district. And the layup from Muster is good. So out of the stoppage, the Grizzlies come up with a good play call, and the home crowd pretty silent there. Timmons trying to create something. To the top, Scott, Borden, Schultz. Man to man, top of the key, gives to Timmons. Timmons working against Leak. Floater, no good. Who'd that come out off of? And we'll stay here, white ball. Timmons ignores Scott, McLeod. There's Schultz. Double, triple team down there. Will go up with it. Scott the rebound. Got to Timmons. And he'll reset again. So the man-to-man is doing good work for Coach Ortiz. Schultz using that patented spin move up and under. Couldn't get it to go. Certainly a size advantage there for the Panthers, but Grizzlies defense doing a good job so far. Hernandez dribbles out of some trouble. And the home team able to set back up in that 3-2. With Timmons at the top, McLeod and Borden on the wings, although Borden drops back, sort of makes it look like a 2-3. Maybe just sort of a flexible 3-2, 2-3 kind of setup. Need a stop here. McLeod got a piece, but pass doesn't find itself to Nate Mann. Hernandez on the wing. Under 4 minutes. Second quarter. Leak. Hernandez will fire and knocks it down. Lead now to 10 for the Grizzlies, and Scott had turned his body. Timmons mops it up and gets fouled. Seaborn, Wukash, and Faulkner will check in. Schultz and Scott will stay in there. Want to see more from these post players. As I mentioned, I think, I'm not sure that really the Grizzlies have anyone in their rotation above 6'2", 6'3". Got bigger players on the post there. Schultz, Jackson Scott, Wukash. Covered closely there. And Cole Borden in some trouble. Gets the foul call. So now the Grizzlies fouls starting to rack up here in this second quarter. Seaborn will handle the ball for the Panthers. Faulkner on the wing to Schultz. Seaborn now. Wukash from the top. Needed that one. Rebound will deflect out to DJ. Don't need to hurry. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Schultz hands off to Borden. Borden double team, so you got to take advantage of that. Somebody's got to attack. DJ to the rack, and he'll get fouled and go to the free throw line. DJ Seaborn has got that wrap on the elbow. Checks it. Seems like he's okay. 2:42 left to go. These Grizzlies third in district last year. Seaborn's free throw a little flat, short of the mark. Both teams now with 4 fouls in the second quarter. 22-12 overall for the Grizzlies last season. They were third in District 25 5A with a 10-4 record. Second free throw also off the mark. Now Leak's pass stolen by Christian Faulkner all the way to the rim, and there's an important bucket. Christian Faulkner with 5. Excuse me, he's got 6, does Faulkner. See if the Panthers can get a little bit of momentum here. Leak to Hernandez, good pump fake. The floater is long, and here comes Faulkner again, looking to move it quickly on offense. Wukash, nice pump fake. The floater inside off the mark. Man to Hernandez, who Slows us down just a little bit. Leak from the corner. Grizzlies have always done that. They've always been a three-point shooting team. But in previous years, they've certainly been less efficient than they have this year. Seaborn's pass stolen by Hernandez, who attacks and will get the call and one. Thought Schultz did a pretty good job of standing straight up and down there, but this one's starting to get away from the Panthers a little bit. 27-14. 1:29 to go in the second quarter. Of course, last year these two teams split the two district ties. First game was at Glenn, and it was a thriller. Panthers losing 74-68 in that one. But we came back here at the Panthers Den, and a much better showing for the purple and gold, a 61-43 victory at home. Of course, Glenn still finished above Liberty Hill in district. Such a tightly contested district, District 25 5A, so every game is critical. More foul trouble for the Panthers. Colin Schultz has 3, so Richardson and Schultz with 3 fouls, which is just massive in this game. Again, the height advantage for the Panthers is something you hope they can take advantage of. Just hasn't been the case in this game, a long way back. And Dallas Hernandez has been the primary protagonist for John Ortiz and the Grizzlies. He'll come out as Eddie Matthews is back in. Timmons, Borden, Scott, Faulkner, and Wukash. Back cut pass missed. Borden kind of chopped his feet, got the shot up there, but didn't get it to go. Muster to the top of the key to Mann. McFarland to Matthews. Back to McFarland. Corner is Mann. Muster's got some room. 4-3, no good. Nobody blocked out here. And McFarland is fouled by Jackson Scott. Panthers looking for some kind of inspiration here in this first half. Nobody really taking this game by the horns and pushing the Panthers forward. Coach Boren wants to get a timeout. Jacob McLeod will sub in, and a big cheer from the visitors' bench. Panthers now 30-14. Glenn coming into this game 6-9 overall, 1-0 in district play. Of course, we've already seen, based on evidence from Tuesday night, the non-district record really is not an indication of what district play will look like. Ortiz setting his guys up with a difficult non-district schedule so far. Preparing them for these district ties. 49 seconds to go here in half number 1, quarter number 2. Panthers desperately looking for a bucket. Timmons trying to work one-on-one against Matthews. Now to Wukash. Timmons again, floaters way short. Faulkner with the rebound. McLeod will fire the 3, and Well, it went in eventually, but it came off the stanchion and the wires that holds the basket up to the ceiling, so that's out of bounds. 15 seconds to go. We'll see if the Grizzlies hold for the last shot. Muster's pass deflected by McLeod. McFarland saves to Roberts. McFarland has to shoot with 2 seconds. Doesn't catch anything, and Lukash will just dribble this one out. So Panthers needing a spark here in that first half. It was the three-point shooting from the Grizzlies and the finesse defense. Panthers in a ton of foul trouble. What can they do in the second half? What does Coach Boren have in his arsenal that he can bring out for half number 2? We will step away at halftime here. It's the Glen Grizzlies 30, Liberty Hill Panthers 14. And welcome back, folks. Gearing up for the second half here. Thanks for joining us tonight on Vype Live. My name is Adam Mueller. I will be with you all season for Running Panthers basketball. And the Panthers needing a spark here in this second half. Three-point shooting of the Grizzlies coming to the forefront, especially in that second quarter. Also a big story is the foul trouble for the Panthers. Eric Richardson and Colin Schultz with 3 fouls in that first half. So the position maybe where you'd hope the Panthers take advantage of those post players. Size advantage, height advantage on these Grizzlies. Those guys actually the ones in foul trouble, not on the floor. Coach Bourne had the halftime interval to talk to his guys, and it'll be Timmons, Wukash, Scott, Faulkner, and Richardson. Same starting group. Panthers will be going from our right to our left. Grizzlies will be attacking the basket right in front of us. Leak, Hernandez, Muster, Parker, and Roberts. Starting 5 for Coach John Ortiz. Hernandez is going to let it go from way out. And the Panthers will take that. A stop to start this second half. Need some energy. The home crowd pretty subdued on that far side. And the pass from Faulkner comes off the leg of Markel Timmons. That's certainly not the way to start this half. Good hands from Scott. Poked it away, and we'll now get it right back on the fast break. Nice pass from Timmons. And Jackson Scott with his first 2 points of the game. Now the D-up call is from the Panthers bench. That's a good place to, trap, and Coach Ortiz just got a timeout in there. Perfect setup, right? You want the guy just to get across that half-court line. You can use those 2 artificial barriers, the sideline out of bounds and the half-court line, and use the 2 defenders to trap him in there. Jackson Scott was on his way to another steal and a bucket there, but Coach Ortiz gets the quick 30-second timeout in. Coach Bourne in his 3rd season. Of course, that was after 11 seasons as assistant coach to Barry Boren. So a ton of experience around this team, around this Panthers program. Now Leak at the top. And there's another good deflection. Timmons right in front of us here, knocks it out of bounds. Yeah, that's good. Good job from Jackson Scott at the top of that zone press, right? Let him come across. Let him cross. Don't pressure until you have to. Panthers drop back into that 2-3. Hernandez on the wing. Looking for something. Swings to Roberts. Didn't hear a lot from Orden Roberts in that first half. Leak was out of bounds and the ball touched him. Yeah, and Panthers forced the turnover. So need more of that, right? Need more of those sort of turnovers like we saw in the first quarter. Disrupt this Grizzlies offense. Disrupt the rhythm. Boy, that looked like a reach-in on Muster. Swung around to Wukash. Not afraid to fire. Hasn't been able to get one to go tonight. Good hands from Muster. He'll attack the bucket. Parker right up in his face. Leak will pump Hernandez around Richardson, who did really nice not to foul, but Richardson drops the layup in, and it's the first bucket of this second half for the Grizzlies. Couple minutes gone in the third quarter. Wukash, Scott, Timmons, Wukash, Scott, beautiful. Jackson Scott with the first 4 points of the second half for the Panthers. Let's elevate that volume a little bit on that far side. Leaks pass does get to Robertson right in front of us. Christian Faulkner will knock it out of bounds. Will inbound right in your screen right here. It's almost like 3D. Roberts right in front. Schultz and Borden and McLeod in there. Timmons and Scott stay in. It's your normal rotation for Boren. That's the trap spot there. Got to drop down. Borden does really well. They're going to get a foul call on 12 or 25? 12. How many is that on Jackson Scott? So I mentioned Richardson and Schultz. I should have mentioned Jackson Scott as well, because that is foul number 4. All 3 big men for the Panthers in foul trouble. And Jackson Scott, who started the second half so well, will now spend probably a lot of time on the bench. Good box out from Richardson as he draws the foul. Just as soon as the Panthers grab onto a bit of momentum, absolutely taken away from them. This is where Zane Cousins' injury is even more of an adverse effect on this squad because you can't bring him in. The handoff between Richardson and Schultz a little bit sloppy. Timmons cleans up. They're going to give Richardson a lot of room here at the top of the key and maybe deny Timmons the ball. Eric's just gonna shoot. Boy, Markell did so well to get to that ball. McLeod needs to get an arm in there. Markell rips it out. Schultz to the bucket, the foul. Can't get it to go. Good activity from Markell Timmons. We've seen that a few times now. When the defender falls asleep, whether it's right after the pass, whether it's right after a shot, Markell keeps the feet moving, stays active, and his effort there leads to the Schultz free throws. A good-looking shot from Colin Schultz. Gets his first point of the game. .437 in the third quarter. Need that second one from Colin. Could get it to go, but Jacob McLeod, one of the shortest guys on the court, gets the rebound. Timmons fakes the pass, takes one step to his right, and knocks down the 3. Okay, here we go. 6 for Markell, 32-22. That's the spot right there. That's the spot right there. Tried to throw it off Borden, but threw it off his thigh there, and Schultz definitely fouled. Glenn Grizzlies might be in a little foul trouble too. Just 2 fouls on Hernandez. Colin Schultz back to the free throw line. Knocks down the first. And the Panthers back in single digits here. Faulkner in for Richardson. So Coach Boren trying to be aware of the foul trouble. Second free throw also good for Schultz. Here we go, 32-24. More noise from that far side. Leak to Roberts, deflected by Borden. All the way to the rim. Looked like he was fouled too. Couldn't get the layup to drop. Really needed that. Markell's going to fire from way out and knocks it down. And there's the timeout from Ortiz. And the Panthers are within 5. How about that? Markell Timmons says, okay, we've got all the momentum. Why not fire from 23 feet out? 32-27. I'm just trying to do the calculations in my head. I believe that's an 11-0 run that the Panthers just went on there. Came out of nowhere. Good pressure on defense, though. You see the turnovers and how important those are. Colin Schultz getting to the rim. Markel Timmons hitting a few three balls there. And we go from 32-16 to 32-27. Halfway through this third quarter. And look at this different look. We talk about mixing up the looks. Maybe this is an adjustment based on the foul trouble, but Colin Schultz will drop back here and cover the post. Cole Borden and Justin Wukash will sort of do a little two-man zone press. Let's see what this is here. It's a 2-2-1 instead of that 1-2-2 look. Hernandez pass almost picked by Faulkner. Timmons annoys Leak and gets called for a little touchy foul there right in front of us here. Markel's got 2 fouls. Keep an eye on that. Cole Borden will come back to the top, apply some pressure. So basically Cole Borden just the top of that press. Did he dribble over the line? Yes, he did. Over and back. How about this third quarter, folks? 12-2 scoring run. Wukash to Schultz, turns, bounces around in there, but gets it to go. There's that big body. There's the big fella making it count down low. And the D-up call is loud now from the home side. Oh, this pass right in front of us almost picked off. Oh, no, did they get Markel for another one here? They got Markel for his third. He'll have to come out of the game. DJ Seaborn in there. Borden, Wukash, Seaborn, Faulkner, and Schultz. 3:16 in the third. It's a 13-0 run for the Panthers to get within 3. I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. Are we waiting on a foul count? I think there's a little confusion about how many fouls Markel Timmons does. He does have 3 fouls. They change it for a second. 3 team fouls on the Panthers. Again, Christian Faulkner got his hand in there. He's been important. And did we get another touch? Wow. Ball goes to the Panthers. Definitely a break. It was right in front of us, folks. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but that certainly looked like that was off of Panthers players. But when things are going your way, right? Seaborn, he's wide open on the back cut. Faulkner fouled him, and DJ will lay it in. DJ Seaborn on the board now. His first 2 of the game. Grizzlies quickly down the court. 1-point game, 15-0 run in the third quarter. 17-2 the scoring in this quarter. Hernandez in the corner, off the mark. McFarland the board. Who's the foul on? Who's the foul on here? Really important. It's on Colin Schultz. Gosh. So the backdrop to all of this, despite the Panthers coming back, and really that's most important here. It's a 1-point game. KJ McFarland will go to the line, is that Jackson Scott and Colin Schultz both have 4 fouls. Good-looking free throw from McFarland. Drops in. McLeod and Richardson in for Wukash and Schultz. McFarland's free throw is off. So 2-point game, opportunity for the Panthers to tie things up. A little bit more pressure on Seaborn, who gets out of it well. McLeod in a lot of pressure, draws the foul. That should be shots. Stellar sophomore Jacob McLeod will go to the line. Opportunity to tie it up, 2:17 to go. What a third quarter it has been. See what McLeod can do from the free throw line. She's a beauty. 8 scores now for the Panthers. I believe we only had 3 scores for the Panthers in the first half. Had 5 added to that tally. Second free throw, no good. It is a 1-point game. Roberts' pass deflected by McLeod. Seaborn in there. Possession arrows going to the home team. And Panthers will take over. Make sure DJ's arm is okay, looks okay. Eric Richardson wisely comes out to assist on the inbound. 2 minutes to go. McLeod, baseline, Borden couldn't get there. McLeod got a piece and deflected. Never want to jump pass like that, right? You always want to have your feet set as much as you can, and then immediately Nate Mann knocks down the 3. Lead back to 4. Borden, God, Roberts all over his back. Richardson fakes the pass. Don't get called for the charge. Off the backboard. Good. Should have been and 1. Richardson with 4 in this game. Lead back to 2. Under a minute and a half. Faulkner couldn't get a piece on that pass. Parker back out the top to Roberts. Back to Parker once the 3 ball off the mark. Minute 10 seconds to go. 2-point game. Borden, God, Roberts all over him here. You can dribble, Cole. There you go. Richardson wants the shot. Looked okay. Faulkner trying to deflect that pass. Hernandez on the break. And Seaborn set his feet, tried to take a charge, and I guess the Panthers aren't going to get that same call, although I think probably correct there. Seaborn at the top, 30 seconds to go, third quarter. Lots of noise, sort of passed it before Cole Borden was there. Richardson again, hands all over him. McFarland will be called for the foul, and Eric Richardson will have an opportunity from the free throw line. Two fouls on McFarland. Of course, the Panthers well in the bonus now. See what the senior Richardson can do from the charity strike. Knocks it down. There's just a buzz now in the gym after this third quarter has made this game a lot more interesting. 24 seconds to go. Richardson made both free throws. Back to a 2-point game. Roberts to Leak. There's Faulkner. Yep. Uses the leg. You can do that. You can use every body part. If you're just trying to deflect the ball, why not? 17 seconds. And back into that 2-3. Mann wants the 3 again, knocked it down. His 3 balls in this third quarter have been critical. McLeod in trouble, lost it. Hernandez will fire off the mark. So, Panthers back in the game. Really important 17-0 run at the beginning of that quarter to bring this back to a nail biter. The Grizzlies sort of found their feet at the end of that quarter as they reestablish a 5-point gap, but good signs for the Panthers. Foul trouble is going to be important. Richardson with 4. Excuse me, I think just Scott and Schultz with 4. Richardson still with 3. I think Eric was able to avoid a foul in that third quarter. Markel Timmons leads all scorers with 9. Christian Faulkner's added 6. Schultz with 5. Eric Richardson with 6. Panthers 13-4, 1-0 in district, of course. The Grizzlies beat Lehman. They made the trip down to Kyle on Tuesday, 61-28, to open their district account. They're also 1-0. Two 1-0 teams. We talked about how evenly matched these teams usually are, and as we head to a fourth quarter, don't go anywhere, folks. Oh, man, Dallas Hernandez took a step there. I don't know if you're really supposed to do that. Roberts on the wing. Wukash, Scott, Richardson, Faulkner, and Timmons. Markel in a little bit of foul trouble as well. Just need a clean game on defense. Nate Mann will fire a long 3, and that really has been the difference. Nate Mann with 3 3-pointers in the second half. Just got to keep him off the outside. Scott looked like he was pushed. Markel's been good from outside too. No good over the top. About 30 seconds gone in this fourth quarter. And the swings back to the Grizzlies here. Mann's going to fire again from 3. Little heat check there. Misses for the first time in this second half. There's Christian Faulkner getting to the rim. Wukash will fire from the corner. He knocks it down. Needed that one. Needed that one. Justin Wukash with 6. Leak to Hernandez. Oh. It's a spot right here on the trap. There you go. Roberts got it out. Leak's going to have an open 3 here in the corner. And we go back and forth from beyond the arc. Timmons couldn't get it to Richardson. It was a good idea, but it's a difficult skill to execute. And that pass all the way, basically from half court down to under the basket. 6:32 to go. Schultz, McLeod, and Borden back in the game. Is this man-to-man? Almost looks like that. Cole Borden, gosh, almost got the steal. Timmons in there. He takes it away. Wow, how is that? Leak was out of bounds. I don't know how that's Grizzlies' ball there. Boy, a couple questionable calls right here in front of us. Leak to Roberts. Parker, Leak. Hernandez. Looks like the 2-3 again from the Panthers. Leak will fire short. Good block from Schultz underneath. And McLeod picks his pocket. Fast break for the Panthers. Timmons up and under the bucket and the foul. There you go, Markel. That's how you come back after the call that went against you right here in front of us. Timmons leads the Panthers with 11 now. 6 minutes exactly Faulkner in for Scott. And Borden will rotate in for his defense. Nice free throw from Timmons. Lead back to 5. What can you do on the defensive end? Borden does really well. Schultz got a piece. That's exactly what you want, right? You want either the trap or the cross-court pass. Reset here, reset right there. Back into the 2-3. Timmons moves his feet. Swing it around to Mann, who's blocked by Faulkner. .543 to go. Parker, Leak working against Schultz. Good defense from Schultz. Didn't draw the foul, shot is short. Timmons with the right hand, the step back. Oh man, didn't get the roll. See if Panthers can create on defense. Mann, Parker, Hernandez. Off the glass and in. And the timeout called by Ortiz and the Grizzlies. So we'll just take a second. Lead back to 7. 5:15 to go. Obviously want to challenge at the rim. Don't want to foul on plays like that, of course. So if Colin Schultz fouls on one of those, he will be out of the game. Upcoming, of course, after Christmas, December 27th, the Fredericksburg tournament for the Panthers, back to non-district play, and then I will be back with you on Friday, January 3rd, down in Kyle. It's getting the long road trips out of the way early on as the Panthers visit the Lehman Lobos. Back to this one, though. Timmons, Wukash, McLeod, Scott, and Borden. Justin's got himself in a little bit of trouble. Cole Borden skies to grab the pass. Scott, nice pivot move. God, had to be fouled. God, man. Borden almost got a piece. This pass might be too far for Leak. Does a nice job to save it to Mann, and Timmons picks his pocket. Markell wants to run. Kicks to McLeod, and there was a foul called? You almost wish it wasn't called because Jacob McLeod looked set and ready to fire away. The 3 ball did drop. 4:44 to go. 2 team fouls on Grizzlies. It's Roberts for Roberts here for Glenn. Faulkner and Richardson will come in for McLeod and Borden. Little box set here. Great play. Scott fouled for sure. Parker just got his 4th. Three team fouls for the Grizzlies. Want to keep attacking the basket. Get those big men right. Scott's free throw is good. 5 points for Jackson, all in the second half. Second one drops as well. Big free throws. And the defense makes a play. Faulkner thought about the pass. Wukash back to Timmons. Schultz, the high post, good back cut from Wukash, and he couldn't get the layup to drop. Hernandez on the other end, left hand. Boy, good looking move from Dallas Hernandez. And that's basically a 4-point swing. Wukash at one end. Schultz fakes. Grizzlies switch on those screens. Scott, nice job. Up to the rim, couldn't get it to go. Schultz follows. Collin with 7. Under 4 minutes now. Faulkner almost with the steal. Got to rotate over. They do. Man, Leak, Roberts. Screen set for Hernandez. And he knocks that down. Timmons couldn't get the layup to go. And man will get it going fast. Dallas Hernandez, boy, live by the 3, die by the 3. And the Grizzlies have woken up. Lead back to 11. Schultz with the right hand off the glass, drops. For Collin, he's got 9, lead back to 9. Just need to stay alert on those shooters. Make sure to prevent those outside shots. Maybe Coach Boren will switch here into a man-to-man, maybe extend that 2-3 out to that more sort of traditional 3-2 that we've seen the Panthers run over the years. You just got to get some more bodies in there and trust your post players down low to not foul. That has worked to some extent in this second half. Just defend straight up and down. And come out to the shooters, get your hands up. What pressure can be applied off the full court inbound? So Coach Bourne's got his guys back in the half court set. Schultz will come out though. Same sort of trapping. McFarland on the wing. Hernandez has been on fire and it continues. Scott, McLeod, Schultz, baseline. Collin's been the hot hand. Kicks out to Timmons, sets his feet, drops the 3. 15 for Markel. Lead is 8. Man's cross-court pass, Faulkner. McFarland, Leak for 3, short. Rebound, McLeod. Timmons in the corner. It was a good pass to Jackson Scott, who's fouled by Tierran Leak. The Panthers have found that in the second half, right? Go to your big fellas. Get the ball down low. Schultz, Scott, Richardson, and Jackson Scott. 3 for 3 on free throws tonight, 7 points. Cole Borden will come in for Christian Faulkner, certainly a defensive sub. Borden's been all over the Grizzlies tonight on the press. Scott with both. 6-point game. 2 minutes. Need a stop. Roberts, you can see the Grizzlies keeping the ball in the middle of the floor. Don't want to be trapped on those corners. McFarland swings to Leak and McLeod fouled. Yeah, maybe you get a little shuffling of the feet. First foul on the Panthers in this quarter. Certainly cleaned it up in this second half. Roberts to McFarland, 1:45 to go. Got to make something happen now. Timmons is trying that. Don't want Markel to draw the foul. McLeod can afford it, though. He's got 2 now. I think that's his 3rd. Got a couple more fouls to give here. 2 team fouls in the quarter. And Jackson Scott gets a piece on the inbound. Hernandez almost just hands the ball to Nate Mann over there in that corner. Coach Ortiz got his guys just moving the ball. Leaks, pass, picked off by Scott. Jackson all the way, gotta be a foul, yeah. Blocking foul, and Scott will go to the free throw line. Exactly what you want, right? Clock is stopped. Hopefully that advantage for the Grizzlies is thinned out a little bit. Scott 4 for 4 from the free throw line. The senior captain showing a lot of leadership. Off the mark. I don't know if that's a commentator's curse right there. Christian Faulkner back in for Cole Borden. Second free throw's good. Timeout. Nope. That Cole Borden's going to come in for Jackson Scott here. Cole will play the top of that zone press. Leak, pass, out of bounds. Wukash and Scott. So we're doing some defensive and offensive subs. Grizzlies employing a bit of a zone pressure themselves. Timmons on Leak. Markell with the jump shot is good. He's got 17. Schultz got a piece of that pass. 1 minute to go. It's a 3-point game. You know, sometimes when teams slow down, they lose their rhythm a little bit. I wonder if the Grizzlies feeling that. Man trying to dribble through. Timmons on the foul. Obviously don't want Markell to pick up his fourth, but maybe that was necessary there. Yeah, 4 on Markell. So if somebody's going to foul, that's, again, just 3. 49.8 seconds to go. 3 team fouls. So you can afford to foul again. Ooh, a little screen there set on the inbound. Leak, oh, you could trap right there. It might have to foul. Might have to just foul now. Might have to just foul. Got to attack. Under 40 seconds. And McLeod picks his pocket. Jacob McLeod, fast break opportunity, lays it in. 1-point game. Incredible, folks. I mean, it is 59-58. The Panthers have hung right there. And the defense forcing the turnovers. Has brought the Panthers into, I believe, as close they've been since the first quarter. The foul to give as well, right? 3 fouls. Yeah, 30.2 seconds. Schultz, McLeod, Faulkner, Timmons, and Scott. This looks a lot more like a man press here. McLeod is sort of the extra body that will play off. Yeah, you can foul if you need to. Don't want to foul Hernandez. Schultz, McLeod, yeah, Hernandez hanging on to it. That's foul number 4 on the team and on Jacob McLeod. So I believe 4 players out there for the Panthers right now. Timmons, McLeod, Scott, and Schultz cannot be the one to foul. Really, Christian Faulkner needs to, if someone's going to foul, Christian Faulkner needs to foul. Everybody else has 4. And you don't want to foul out on just sort of a forced foul. Schultz right in his face. There's Faulkner with the foul. And I think the Grizzlies got it probably to the player they want at the free throw line, Dallas Hernandez. 18.2. Seconds to go. 1 point advantage. Hernandez, the three-point shooting has been huge in this second half. Free throw's good. Eddie Matthews in for Nate Mann. Nate Mann, of course, has been a critical figure in the second half as well. It's basically been the Hernandez and Mann show for the Grizzlies. Second free throw from Dallas Hernandez is good. So take note, that's the guy you don't want to foul. But first, Panthers need a bucket and need it quick. Boy, this is taking a long time to, Christian Faulkner maybe was open for the three. Pass to Scott, knocked away. Got a foul, and 6 seconds to go. There's a few moments in that sequence. Jacob McLeod came around a screen open. Christian Faulkner, I know you've got the set play there. You want to get the ball inside, but as he came around the screen, he had some room. Dallas Hernandez back to the free throw line, can make it a two-possession game with one free throw, and does just that. 6.1 seconds. And Markel's going to have to run with this one. Going to have to fire from three. He will, knocks it down, but time will expire. So what an effort from the Panthers to bring this one back. Down 16 at the half. You would have never thought that they would bring it all the way back. Obviously, having done that, you want to get the victory, getting this close. And it's another close loss to this Grizzlies team, of course. Still got an opportunity to go back to Glenn later on in this district season to maybe get a little bit of revenge. But the Panthers will go to 1-1 in district on the season. The Grizzlies to 2-0. Markel Timmons with 20 points on the night to lead the Panthers. Jackson Scott added 9. Colin Schultz added 9. And those are your leading scores. That'll do it for us. My name is Adam Mueller. Thanks for joining us tonight on Vype Live. We will see you again on January 3rd down in Kyle as the Panthers travel to visit the Lehman Lobos. Well, it turned out to be a good one tonight, folks. Disappointing in the end for the Panthers, but a great effort, really promising showing moving forward in district play. And that'll be it for me. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2025. Thanks, everybody.